This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, I tried, Sujit.
You got this, you understood.
Yeah.
So understood, Arvind?
Yeah, Sujit.
Okay. So anyone task?
Yeah, I tried that, Sujit.
So any issues observed or what you learned? Can you please give me idea?
First I tried creating the server. I mean server 2 actually, Mule server 2 with the same from the same folder. It didn't allow me to create one more. It says like this Mule server is already configured.
Okay.
And it pointed me in the wrapper file. It pointed me that Mule home, which is set to the original folder. So what I did is like I renamed the folder, and from there I started creating, and it allowed me to create a Mule server in Runtime Manager.
Okay, that is the second task. The first task is I want you to try with the same runtime. It's not allowed, I know. But what is the error it is thrown?
It throws like the Mule server is already configured.
Already configured, and second line is also available. What is that? To configure it again, please remove that server one from the UI, which is running on the runtime, and remove the Mule agent file present in the conf folder. Have you observed anyone?
Yes. Yeah, I got this. Yeah.
Yeah, once you remove that, then only it will allow you to add one more, I mean, same runtime again. Otherwise, if you rename it, it will treat as some another runtime. Path is different. I mean, everything will be different, right? So it will allow, right? Two runtimes.
Yes.
And what is the third task?
Yeah, I tried deploying the same app to server 2. Server 1 it was success, and server 2 when I was trying to deploying it, the deployment is failed. It says HTTP listener port is already in use.
Binding issue. You will be getting some binding log, right?
Yeah, binding.
Because already 8081 port is already running on some server, the same host. You are using a local host, right? Same host. That is the reason. So only Susmita tried, and Arvind. No others. Response, please. Response. Srikanth. Srikanth, is it audible? Suresh.
Hey, Sujit, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I tried it, but I couldn't try the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get time, so I'll try it again today.
Okay. What about others?
I will try today. Yesterday I didn't get time.
Guys, please, I mean, take some time for half an hour in a day. I know, guys, I mean, with your work, you are busy, but if you practice, then only it will be on you will be on the same page with me. Otherwise, it will be get piled up at the end of the week. You will think that you will be working on at the end of the day, end of the weekend, suddenly you will be getting some other work, right? So it will get piled up. Okay, because of you, I'm telling, please take some time on a daily basis.
Sure, Sujit.
So today we are going to discuss about how to consume third-party REST application and how to consume a third-party SOAP application by using a Mule, right? Okay. How to consume a REST application? Basically, REST API. Assume that there is one application, a third-party application, web application basically, right? And this application name is product service, as a REST application, right? So I'm given the name as a product service REST, right? So my requirement is from the client application. That means from the application which I'm developing, I want to consume the methods present in it. Basically, assume that methods like get all products, which is having some implementations, and get product by name, which is taking some input argument based on the name. It will execute some logic and return some value. Here also it will return some value. I have two operations present in that, right? Now from client application, I want to integrate with this application and I want to consume the get all products and get product by name, right? Normally, forget about the mule. If it is a REST application, this is exposed as a REST API, right? So if it is a REST API, every operation will be mapped to some endpoint. We'll call that as a resource. Assume that this get all products is mapped to / products. Get product by name mapped to / products, and it is expecting some unique name, right? So in the REST application, if you want to pass any unique ID, then you can write under the URI parameters. You know how to write a URI parameters, right? In the curly brace, product / uname. Assume this is the URL, that means URI. You can call this a URI parameter, or as a URI, or as a resource, or an endpoint, any name you can give. So once you give this, once I map this, and application also will be having some base path. Assume that this application is mapped to /REST is the base path. Now can you please tell me what will be the URL in order to consume or in order to send a request to this application for get all products? Assume that this is where I can deploy some web applications. Can you please name some server, topmost used server at least?
Logic, Tomcat,
Wildfly,
Okay, I will take the application. Yeah, I will take the name as a Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat server, and assume required my application to deploy some port. Assume that is listening on 7070 port. Right now, can you please tell me the request? How I can send a request? Which type of request I can send? What is the official protocol for HTTP? Sorry, for REST applications?
HTTP.
Okay. Yeah, please tell me the URL in order to consume this REST application. General concept.
HTTP double quotes. Yeah. Tomcat.
Assume that it is listening on my local machine only.
Yes, a localhost
Localhost
7070 / products
/7070.
Not slash.
Sorry.
colon 70 / products
/products. No, we need to give that a path.
Yes. What is that?
base path.
Listener path.
You told you need to give the path. I thought of this one.
Okay.
So this is the URL in order to consume these get all products. Yes or no? Yes. If you want to consume get product by name.
Query parameters.
No.
We need to.
That is a URI parameter. Query parameter will be represented by question mark. Yeah, what is it? How to consume get product by name? Yeah. Simple /product /name only, right? So if I want
name equal to.
No. Name equal to that comes under query parameter. Name equal to so and so. But here we are using a URI. Already the key is here. Just we need to pass the value. Forget the first 2 sessions we discussed about that how to extract a URI parameters. Yes. Okay. First, I will show you by using a postman. I'm using a client as a postman. So from postman, I'm going to send a request to this application and I will retrieve some data. Okay. and assume that the MIME type of the third party application is a JSON. The response type of the third party application is a JSON format, and I'm going to consume get all products and get product by name as well, okay, in the JSON format. So we require this third party setup. I'm not using any, any outsourced resources to explain. I have created my own application called product service application. If you go to the labs and workspace, product service REST and product service SOAP, two applications I created by using a Spring Boot. Okay, assume that these are the third party applications, right? So in order to receive a request, these applications to run on some server. So I have given an embedded runtime. That means what is the runtime? Tomcat, embedded Tomcat along with this application. You don't need to explicitly install a Tomcat on your machines, right? So product service REST application, which is a executable jar file. It's a jar file because I use the Spring Boot. Spring is nothing but a Java application, right? So finally, I created one Spring Boot application with an embedded Tomcat. So I need to execute this jar file, right? So how to execute this jar file? We need to fire some command. What is the command? I have written in a batch file. Let me open this batch file. What is the command? Otherwise, instead of using a batch file, go cd to the directory and run the command. What is the command? It's a Java command executing that product service jar file on so and so port and path. You can see it's a Java command executing a jar, which is our product service jar file on port. What is the port number? 7070. What is the path of that application? /rest. Right now, in order to execute that, just double click on this batch file, or else cd to this directory where it is located and just give the command. As I said, I developed the application by using a Spring Boot, so and so. Right now, just come down. Once it got deployed on a Tomcat, what is the port number it is using? Yeah, what is the port number mapped to that? Tomcat started on port number 7070. Here you can see 7070. Right? Which application got deployed? Product service application. Product service application got deployed. Now third party application is ready, and it is ready for the receiving the request. So what is the request I can send? Yeah, can you please help me with the URL?
HTTPS.
HTTP only. Here not using any security.
Localhost.
Localhost.
Colon 7070.
Is it the same? So am I getting some response? Body from the third party application. What is the response? As I said, third party application is using JSON as an output MIME type, right? So here, what is the response I got? JSON, right?
Product
so
ID.
No. I got all the products. /product is mapped to what? Get all the products, which is getting invoked. So all the products in a JSON, if I get a, what is that? It's an array. Array contains what? Array contains what? Elements. Elements could be of any type. Any type in the sense, it could be string type, number type, or any object also. So am I getting any object here, or is it a string? Each element of what type? Each element is of what type here? Yeah.
String.
Is it a string?
String.
Is it the first element is a string?
Yes.
Type.
One of the prerequisite for our course. JSON. Arvind, you can go ahead if you have knowledge. In this array, what is this first element? Okay, I want to tell this one as well. What do you mean by this in Java or JSON? Yes. What do you mean by this? Okay, I will give one more hint.
Key and a value.
Value pairs.
Key and value. What is this finally called?
JSON.
Map.
Is it not a map? Key value pairs, right?
Yes.
In JSON, we'll call this as an object or not? JSON object which contains some key value pair. Otherwise, we'll call it as a map. What do we call this as?
Array.
Array or
List.
so not aware? This is a basic concepts in IT, right? Not aware? I think you are aware, but not triggering at this point of time, maybe, right? So here in this case, what it is called as in array contains an elements, right? Element could be of what is this?
Object.
Object. What kind of object it is?
JSON.
JSON object, right? So this is a JSON response, which is nothing but an array. In that array, I have an elements. Each element of type what? Object. So JSON object which contains key and a value, right? Total how many objects I have here? Total how many product details? Just come down. Total 6 product
6
details.
products.
Fetch all the product details from that application, right? You might have seen some other training or a YouTube channel. They might have used slides as an example. So I'm using a products as an example, right? Next. If I want to pass the runtime or sorry, if I want to give if I want to consume the get product by name, how? Get product by name
Last
is
name.
exposed as a URI parameter.
Yeah, slash and give that name of the product.
Okay, every product is having some name, right?
Yes.
Name. So I'm just typing a HP. So will you be getting HP only HP products?
HP.
Yes, only HP.
Yes.
Oh, it's an empty array. Why?
There
No
is
products
nothing
with
matching with Mac.
Mac.
So do I don't have any Mac products? I have Mac product, right?
But the name is given only MSC.
Okay,
Are you
in
passing
that
the
case,
brand name or the name?
name only. Now I am getting that if I give only MAC. Values are case sensitive.
Case
You need to
sensitive.
understand, right? Previously I have given, right? Understood?
Yes.
Got it? Okay. Now we have seen by using a postman how can we consume the third-party application. The same thing I want to do by writing a mule application. This time my client who is receiving the request, my mule application is going to receive a request. So the URL will be changed, no? 80 by default my listener will listen on 80 81 slash products. Requirement is whenever the client is giving this request, he want to consume the get all products present in the third party application. So what is the request we are getting? HTTP localhost
Port
80 81 slash products. This is the request given by my client. So assume that this is a mule application, right? So what is the configuration I can do at my mule application level? In order to listen for this request,
HTTP listener.
HTTP listener will listen for the request, convert into event. That event will be processed by the processors. So what I want to make what I want to do here, I want to trigger this URL. That means the third party application is listening on this URL, right? How I can do that? I want to request this URL, okay, from my mule application. But my client is passing this is the URL to listen. So in my mule application, I want to write this URL. That means I want to configure this URL. So what is the component I can use, or what is the connector I can use in order to request this URL?
HTTP request.
There is a request connector under a HTTP module. Under HTTP module, we have a listener. That is one connector which is listening for the request. At the same time, we have a request connector where we can configure this URL. Right? Once you deploy the application, the URL will be triggered and the application, the response will be displayed. That means that it will receive the response back. Right? After the request connector, what will be the event structure? Attributes, payload. What is the payload value? Whatever the response you are getting from the third-party application, that will be the payload value. Right? That will be given back to the listener. That listener will give a response back to the client. Understood the sequence here? Are we close? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then please open your Anypoint Studio. First, I will explain about one operation, get all products. I want you to write for a get product by name. Please be ready with that. I'm importing one project called. Please be ready with your Anypoint Studio. Meanwhile, zero one consuming a REST start. Right? Okay. So what is the first, as per my requirement, what is the first connector I need to configure if I'm getting this request as an input?
Listener.
Listener. Okay, I will talk about that later. Now, once you listen for the request, what is the next connector I need to use in order to map this under HTTP? I have one
Request.
connector. Let me drag and drop the request connector. So I'm going to which operation get. Always the function names should be a meaningful names, or a method name or a function name, both are same here. Flow name. Flow is nothing but a method. Agree or not? Flow is a method which contain. What is the functionality of a method? What is the functionality of a method?
Static, non-static.
Types of methods. Those are types of methods. I'm talking about a functionality. What method will do, or a function will do, based on the input passed, it will execute a block
Take
of
some
code.
input.
Block of code and
And
give some output to
return some value. My flow is also doing the same. Listen for the request. According to the request, it will execute some logic and will return some value. Same, right? So in object-oriented or functional programming, we'll be giving some meaningful names for the methods in the functions. Same way, I want to give some meaningful names for the flow also. What is the flow name I can give? Some tell me from meaningful name. Simple. Get all products. That's what we are going to do. We're going to get all the products, right? So let me configure. Every connector will be having a connector configuration. Click on a plus sign. Yeah. What is the? You need to configure the third-party URL. What is the base path? Yes, quick. What is the base path?
REST.
Products. Last products.
No, 1 second. That is the base path, not the general path. Okay, that's the base path /rest. And what is the host? Of course, assume that it's running on my local host. Local host. Next, what is the port?
8081 or 7070?
Or no or.
7070.
8081 for 8081. Oh no, 7070.
7070.
We are mapping here. We are
Yeah,
mapping
70.
70. Take other thing as a default. We can see here the URL HTTP localhost 7070/rest, which is mapped in the request connector. Now, what is the path? Get method. By default, it's a get method. And what is the path?
Products. Your
Products. Automatically, it's getting updated here. If you check /products. Now, let me write a logger after this request connector. I want to extract the payload at the end of the flow. I want to extract the payload. Okay. Now, can I deploy this application?
No,
What is pending?
So
listener is pending.
Source.
Right. So every connector again will have a connector configuration 8081. What is the path?
Product.
Products. So you may get confused with the products again and again. I will take it as a my products, which will be differentiate between the third-party application products and the client. The path is the my products. Save it. Right? Can I deploy now?
yes.
Who said is?
Not
How these
given
two?
reference.
Yeah.
There,
How
Reference.
these
there is
two
no
are
connection
connected?
between.
You
Yeah.
should
How there is no connection?
you should
So I know how to
flow
invoke from one
reference.
flow to another flow.
Flow reference.
Flow reference we need queue.
Flow reference. I can choose get all products.
Yes. Sujit, one second. Here, for this, there is no source, right? For get all products.
Yes, no source.
Then it is a subflow, right?
Private flow.
Private
Not
flow.
subflow. I have not configured the source. We can configure the source. Correct? That is the different. When the subflow, there is no option to configure a flow.
Okay, okay.
Okay, no one asked the question why I used two flows. Why can't I write in the same flow? Why I additionally used one more connector there?
Reusability for both methods.
Both methods. Which methods? You need to write that method now, guys. Please open your AnyPoint Studio. I just told for one. The remaining next one you need to open. Okay, it is deployed. Can I give a request now?
Yes.
Will I get all the products? If the mapping is correct, if the configuration is correct in the request connector, so once I send a request, that request is sent to request connector in the event through event. In that request connector, what I done, I mapped this URL. That means I'm requesting this URL to be triggered, right? And at the end, I'm getting some logger. I'm getting some information on the console. You can see these are the product details. Right? So you want me to do with the get all product, get product by name? Else will you do it?
Sujit, can you show this one in debug mode once? Because while we are doing every time, I'm getting status has failed. I don't
Why?
know.
I will check your slide. Okay, I
Yeah,
will give an access to you, screen access. Okay.
okay.
Meanwhile, guys,
Okay.
please write for get product by name. Same concept. Please try it out. Okay, I will give 10 minutes of time to write a get product by name. Guys, started? Are you writing?
Yes, Sujit, writing.
Any other person? Anyone practicing here?
Yes,
I can tell in 5 minutes, but I don't want that. I want you to try it out. I can switch to any of your screens. Please start writing. Who want to switch your screen while you are practicing? I can guide you. Who want to share your screen? Shrikant, will you do it? Since you are from the Java background, I mean, I'm targeting you multiple times. If you're speaking, you're on mute.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm running on 2 laptops. I don't have 2 monitors, so I'm on another laptop. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else want to share the screen? No one ready to share the screen. Strange. Yes, guys. No one.
Sujit, I can't share my screen. Today I don't have access to laptop. I'm using my pad.
Oh, through mobile. Okay, okay. That's okay.
Sujit,
Raju,
can I share it? Can
Shiva.
I?
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
I'll try.
Sujit, I'm in office.
Raju in office. Okay. Which program it is? Which one you are writing here?
Now you're told, right? To do. Just now I done this one in command prompt.
Okay, it
That
is running.
batch.
Correct. Okay.
Until then, before that, connecting, writing these flows. Okay.
Guys, you can help him out. If anyone not doing, okay, you can help him out.
Okay. Mr. Rest is. Here rest is not available. Okay.
Not rest, request.
Okay, sorry, request.
So Krishna, can you share your screen? Otherwise, Mituku, are you able to understand Mituku? Mitiku?
Sujit,
Yes,
but
Krishna.
I'm not able to.
Yes.
Yes, Krishna, you go ahead. Then I will come to Mituku. Yes, Krishna, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm failing.
Ravi, what about you, Ravi? Ravi?
Yeah, I'm working on that, Sujit. Yeah.
Working on that? Great. Okay. Satish?
Sujit, I'm using mobile today.
Okay, okay. Many of the people are using mobile to join. Yeah. Bharat? Anil? Yeah, Mituku. Yes, please go ahead, Mituku. Are you able to do it?
Okay. Could
Are
you
you
give
able
me
to
the
do it?
point? Yeah, I have done the first part.
Okay. Shall I switch to your screen?
Okay.
Meanwhile, Shiva, you please just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Okay, okay, I will explain this in another way. Okay.
Could you see mine?
Yes, I can see that. That's great. Please go ahead and do it, Mituku. I observed that.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me explain here, guys. Please listen. So I have given a requirement. I am going to give requirement. Yeah, with this, so that's okay, Anil. No problem. No, not an issue. Mituku, can you please mute your mic? Some background noise.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. So my products slash, I mean, my client is passing some query parameter like product name equal to HP. Okay. But my third party application is expecting what type of parameter?
URI parameter.
URI parameter. See here, my client is passing some URI parameter, product name equal to HP. It's a query parameter. But my third party application is expecting the URL and URI parameter. Got it? So how can I do it? What I can do? Let me write one more request connector for the another flow. This time I will give the name for this flow is, yeah, what name I can give? Get by name. Okay. Next, the request connector. Can I use the same configuration earlier which I used? Since it is acting as a global element?
Yes.
Yes. Next, get method slash products. And what is the URL? URI slash the result for what you will write?
Braces. Uname.
Uname. Correct? Now, and what the what is I expecting? That means that URL is expecting what type of parameter here? Yeah, what is the value? In which parameter I need to pass the value? URI parameter. Just click on it. So add that key and a value. What is the key? Uname is the key. And what is the value? From where I can get the value?
Product.
From the incoming request, from the URL. So how to extract a URI parameter? Yes, sir. This expression will get evaluated. Save it. Just save it. Now go to the configuration XML and observe here. See, I have written this is the listener configuration, and this is the flow 1, and this is the flow 2. 3 flows I have. First flow, which is nothing but consuming rest start flow, right? Then next one is get. That means I assume that this is the main flow which contains a listener and which is having a flow reference. And I have two flows: get product by name and get all products. Previously, I have seen about a get all products. Now I have written a get product by name. In that get product by name, here I am setting some URI parameter, right? URI parameter. And what is that? Uname is the key. And what is the value I set? Attributes dot query params dot product name. Where I have written this? What is the syntax? What is the syntax after this? Data view expression. Right? We have written some data view expression in order to extract a query parameter. Right? You know that how to write it and all. Right? Now, just check whether, see, if you're not saving and going back, this will not be saved. That means it will not be there. Right? Please be careful. So instead of writing a logger in the get all products, the best practice is writing in the main flow itself. No need to write a multiple times. Right? So can I deploy this application now?
Yes.
I need to change the flow reference to get product by name. I just saved it, it will be redeployed. Can I send a request? Server not available to handle this request. What is the wrong I have done? Can you please identify what is wrong? Okay, in the same use case, if I send only for my products, is it working? If the tomcat is down, you should not get this error. Okay, because I'm using a flow reference here. Product name equal to HP. Anyone can identify what is the error I have done?
Yeah, you cannot use question
Your
mark.
query parameters. But you said the
It
URI
is URI, right? You need to use
What I'm extracting here. Query parameter, right? And I'm passing this to name attribute, right? I think it is expecting name. Let me save it. Third party application is exposed as a name attribute, not uname. It's getting restarted again. Yes, now I got it. So third party API, in that API, it is a name, not uname. Okay, you need to be careful on that. Mac. So finally, am I getting the response? Once I give this request, how I mapped in the request connector. Are you able to see? Right? Now the point is it a good code? Is it a good code? Every time, should I come back and change the flow reference according to the request? Is it a good code?
No.
No. What I can do, without changing the code, dynamically, based on the incoming request, I want to route to the particular flow. Instead of a flow reference, what I can use, there should be some condition based on the incoming request. I want to route to a particular flow. So there is one router called choice router, which work based on some condition. It's like a switch case. When this route should get executed, if it is failed, it will be default, right? So let me drag and drop this flow reference in the when. That means this route. So this flow reference is referencing to which flow? Let me point to get our products first. Always whenever you use a flow reference, make sure that the name also displays as a get our product, so that in the face of the page, face of the connector itself, we can identify it is pointing to so and so products, right? Now, when this flow should get executed? Yes, what is the condition I can write? When I need to write some condition. If the incoming condition is having some attributes, then it should go to get product by name. If there is no product name defined, then it should come to the get all products. So can you please tell me the condition to write?
Attributes dot query parameter not equal to null.
Product name. What is that?
Not
equal to null.
Okay.
Get all products, right?
Yeah.
Now I want to write one more condition to route to get product by name. See, in this default, we cannot write any condition. If the routes are failed, or by default, it will be go to the default route. Now I want to write one more condition. How to write it? Drag and drop one more flow reference. See, dropping is important. If you drop here after the logger, before the logger, after the choice router. If you drop here, it will be, just see where it will be. One more when condition, or else you can drop here also. Okay, dropping is very important. So one more when condition. What is the when condition I can write here in this case?
Not
Simple, not equal to null. And this flow references should be point to, if it is not equal to null,
get all product.
Right? Now I will simply write some logger in the default route, like invalid request, like that. Right? Now I just saved it. Let me show you. I thought of, I want you to do it. all this stuff while I'm explaining, but no one is ready to share the screen. That's why I'm showing it again. Please practice at least. So I'm giving some request with the Mac. So which condition is satisfied here? The first condition, is it satisfied?
No.
It is not equal to null. So it is failed. Then it comes the second route. Is it satisfied, this condition? Yes.
Yes.
So get product by name got involved, right? So let me not point to any of the products. Am I getting all the products? The first condition itself satisfied, right? Now, if I send a request, which one will get executed? Yes, yes. Yes, which route got executed here? I'm getting all the products. It is treating as a null. It is treating as a null. Now, if I send a request, some dummy name, invalid name. So now it will, if I send a request, yes, it will go to the
invalid logger.
Default.
Default.
Why it will go to
It will execute default, invalid.
With this name, I don't have any product in the application. It's giving an empty array. But is it a null or not null? It is not equal to null. We have some in, right? So in this use case, it will not go to the default route. Just I want to show you how to add one more switch statement. That's why I use this one. Got it? Today, what and all we have learned? We learned how to consume a REST application, how to map from query parameter to URI parameter, and what is the connector we use in order to consume a REST application? Yeah, what is the connector we use?
HTTP request
Connector, right? And if you want to write any condition, if you want to route based on some condition, what is the router we use?
Choice
router, right? Flow reference is used to invoke one flow to another flow. Can I invoke multiple flows by using a flow reference?
Yes.
No, we can invoke only one flow at a time, right? We
Just
can
one
invoke
flow at a time.
Yeah, one flow at a time, right? So tomorrow we'll see some little bit tricky topic, consuming a SOAP application. We have consumed the REST application, right? Tomorrow we are going to see how to consume a SOAP application. For that, I want you to go through some WSDL file. Please browse. Once you practice this, please browse for what is a WSDL and what is the format, what it contains. Please analyze that. And we are going to see how to consume the REST API, SOAP API. First by using a SOAP UI, then we will see how to consume by using a Mule application. Got it? How many of you are using 7 apart from 7.5? Who are using 7.6 to 8?
Yeah,
I do.
7.7.
I'm using 7.8.
7.8, 7.7. How many are using 7.5? 7.5.
I'm using 7.5.
Okay, you will see the difference between 7.5 and 7.8 in the consume connector. Okay, that we will discuss in the tomorrow session.